Hey y'all, what is going on? You can tell by the title already that we are going to be getting into what has been going on down at BravoCon. If y'all been on the blogs and if you follow any of the housewives or the Bravo celebrities, or there's some influencers down there, there's some content creators down there, there's a lot of people down there. So if you follow any of these individuals, then you know what is going on down there. There's been a lot of shade throwing. There has been a lot of great commentary. There's been a lot of great panels. And I say all that to say I'm super upset. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been super upset the last couple of days. I've been having, bouts of FOMO because I was 100% certain that I was going to be in attendance this year for BravoCon in Las Vegas. However, your girl is sitting in her house right now. I am not down there, but next year I plan on being in the building. We plan on being in the building very much next year. So that's neither here nor there. And before we get into these clips that I'm going to play and then give my commentary on it, my comments and my opinions, I would just like to tell you guys to make sure you're following the channel. Make sure you're following me on all of my social media accounts, which are now scrolling along the bottom of the screen here. And please also keep the conversation going in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to set this as a premiere, so I'm going to try to make sure I am down in the live chat, talking to you guys and all of that good stuff. And as always, y'all, we're going to have a good time talking about this because I am so excited. I've been saying it all week. I am so excited about tonight's new seasons of both Married to Medicine and The Real Housewives of Potomac, which I gotta hurry up and get this video up because this was supposed to be kind of like a precursor, an introduction, a warm-up, just getting you guys, ready and motivated for these new seasons, which I think are going to be giving because y'all, like I said, these panels, these little sidebars we've been getting the past 2-3 days, they told me everything I need to know as far as this season is going to be a good one, a very good one. Good ones, I guess you should say plural since we're talking about two different shows. Nonetheless, y'all, let's get into it. And I really hope these play. I'm not going to be able to know until I do the recording, but let me share my screen like this. I really, really hope these will play. Let us start with Ms. Karen Huger.
Crown anyone. She can't even keep up with every hue, darling. So,
R.I.P.
Well, she deserved that one. That's what makes Giselle and I good friends. But no, on a serious note, I have no problem with people getting in line to replace me when I resign. However, I do have a baby grand dame, and that's my daughter.
Yes.
So I've decided in 2024 to open the school for grand dame. It's a 4-year course, and the girls in Potomac love a good degree, and they have to get a degree in grand dame. Raven already has it. She has a
what are the classes at Grand Dame University?
Not backstabbing. Don't openly cheat on your husband and leave him after he loses all of his money. Stop talking about married men sleeping with other women, and please retire blue eyes.
Okay, the mic has been dropped, people.
Let's be clear. Giselle doesn't have the power to crown anyone. She can't even keep up with every hue, darling. So,
R.I.P.
Y'all, I hope you heard that because I had to gather my edges real quick. So do we feel like Karen was lying in anything she said? I do not believe so. And I'm actually glad that she said what she just said because y'all, at first Karen's whole tagline, I don't remember it verbatim, but I know it's something about, honey, I don't ride the fence. I am the fence or something like that. You ride me. And at first I was kind of confused. I was like, what do you, huh? I was like, are you true? Is that one of those jokes? Like, when you're younger, or like, have you ever heard anybody's parents like try to say something and then it comes out weird? They try to like reprimand their kids, but it comes out like weird or whatever. Like, oh, you want to keep playing games, or I'm gonna play you, or I can't even come up with anything else right now for lack of using some very colorful language. So y'all know what I'm getting at. People be saying stuff, but it just comes out all weird. I thought that's what she was doing with her tagline, but no, her tagline was indicative of everything she just said in this clip, y'all. Giselle is always coming for her. Giselle always has something to say about somebody else's stuff, but is never delivering on behalf of her own storyline. Like, at all. Karen did not come to play at BarbCon. And she's cleared Giselle right on out the way every time. The Grand Dame has spoken. Okay, the Grand Dame has spoken, and she said what she said. As far as like her opening up like a school of Grand Daming and all that, I'm assuming that was just a little kiki, obviously, because I don't know about all that now, but she has a lot of valid points. And I love to see Karen activated. I cannot even lie to y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. If y'all don't know, you should know it now that the Grand Dame is my favorite amongst the Real Housewives of Potomac housewives. So that was clip 1, y'all. Let's get into clip. What is the next clip I want to play? Actually, I'm going to play the audio from this clip because I don't want to steal anybody else's where is it? I don't want to steal anybody else's content because we don't like when that is done to us. But if I could just play a little audio from it, I think that would be just fine. 1 second, y'all. Right here. Okay.
Hello, my question is for Mia. Mia, will you be able to keep your timeline of events straight this season?
And that's why that's the last question.
Candace and Karen. Oh my gosh.
I have been taking my B12, honey, okay?
I can't say that Mia reveals a lot this season that we're all shocked about, didn't understand, don't believe. They should be tracked again.
I'm here.
I mean, that's because, technicalities. Okay. Well,
Okay, y'all. So you heard it. That was courtesy. Shout outs to Alexander Rogers. He is a content creator who is there down at BravoCon, which is, so happy for him. That's awesome. But he asked a very valid question, you guys. He asked a very valid question. Mia, are you going to be able to keep up with your with everything you say? Like, we know that she has a really bad time with keeping her story straight and differentiating between what she said and what she didn't say and when she said it and all of that. I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't know if that's going to be like a major point in this season, but I do feel as though this is a major deficiency as it pertains to Mia. She has a really, really hard time just remembering what the heck she says, y'all. I don't get it. And we all have lapses in memory, obviously. That's just human nature. But Mia, her track record is like no other, y'all. And I get it, she's taking her vitamin B12, but at the same time, I don't really know what that has to do. I mean, I think it, yes, I take B12. So I do believe one of the benefits are that it helps elevate your memory, your decision making, and things of that sort. So hopefully that works in her favor. But as far as this being a major point of contention this season, for some reason, I just don't think it is going to be. But nonetheless, we do see that you have a memory issue, Mia. That doesn't negate the fact that you have a glaringly apparent memory issue. So that is what it is. Moving right along, y'all, to the next thing that I came across. Let us go. Oh, right here. Right here. Why don't we? 1 second. Let me share my screen again. We're going to go right here.
And to a peach burger in the future.
There's Alyssa, and I told you I'm a nostalgic guy. She and I came up together, and there's always room in my heart for, you know, everybody.
What about the peach though?
Who knows? I mean, she asked me a few years ago to keep her name out of my mouth, so I try to respect that.
That's fair. Thank you. And to a peach burger in the future.
There's Alyssa, and I told you I'm a nostalgic guy. She and I came up together.
Okay. Okay. And another one. I hope you guys caught that one as well. As you heard when Andy was asked if Nene could return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise, what was his take on it? How does he feel? And I feel like he gave a really not rehearsed, but very that was very professional, keeping it cute, keeping it classy type of response, I believe. He could have said more, obviously, as we all know, behind the scenes, and from Ms. Leaks herself, has kind of been very vocal the last couple years, especially in the last few months, about her stance on things and how she was treated unfairly and all of that. So I feel like we already know the answer to this. And I feel like at the same time, I'm kind of overseeing the whole, oh my God, is Nene gonna come back? Oh my God, Nene should come back. Nene. And that is coming from somebody who, I see it for Nene. She is a legend as far as on this franchise. She is that girl as far as this franchise and everything. She's done great things even outside of the franchise. She's very successful in her own right. So she's freaking Nene Leaks, of course, we know that. However, I do think that we should stop always doing this whole let's just bring up Nene every time. Like that ship, I think y'all has sailed, or at least it's no longer at the docks right now. So I think we should kind of just let it go. And I don't believe that even if Andy was there to open the door and usher her right on in, I'm sure there's other people, other stakeholders that are like, no, we're good. So I wouldn't hold your breath. If you guys are holding your breath on it, I wouldn't. And I say that with nothing but empathy, because I was one of those people too. It wasn't up until maybe recently I was finally like, you know what, maybe we should just let that idea go, because it doesn't seem like it's happening. And I feel like there's been a lot of damage done, and we've seen people, fumble their bag before or put their foot in their own mouths before. But I think with this one, y'all, I think we should just refocus our sights onto something else right now. I really, really do. And with that being said, that also brings me to my next point, or my next video clip that I would like to show, which, speaking of those individuals that we just, speaking of ships that have sailed and all of that.
All right, final question. I gotta ask this. What are your thoughts on Phaedra joining Married to Medicine?
People always ask me what I think about what she's doing.
I
I don't care. I don't care what she does. I wish others said whatever she's doing, as long as we ain't got it together.
If you see her this weekend, is it a wave or is it just keep your head down, keep moving?
No, we just keep it moving. Like we live in Atlanta, so of course we run into each other in some of the same places. We don't speak. We just keep it pushing.
All right, final question.
I hope you guys heard that one as well. So when asked about Phaedra, Candy is just like over it. And I'm over it too. Just like I was saying with the whole Nene thing, sometimes you got to know when to let things go. And I feel like this is one of those situations where we just got to let it go. The ship has sailed on that one. These are two ladies that are used to coexisting in shared spaces because they obviously roll around with a lot of the same friend groups, a lot of the same social circles and all that stuff. So why do we keep needing to, we're going into, what is it going to be, season 16 for them? So all that happened in season 9. Y'all get me together in the comments if I'm messing up my timelines here, but there has been so many seasons in between, so many people going in and out of the door, that why are we still bringing this up? They clearly have, or at least Candy has enough closure with the situation. And every single time we revisit this, it's just like, for what? We know that she doesn't want to work with the lady no more. We know that they never going to be friends anymore. And it is what it is. We know that now Phaedra is going to be, we will see her debut on the Married to Medicine this evening. So let it just be what it is, y'all. Let it be what it is. The question is tired. I will get tired of people still bringing up the same old ish constantly. And these people in these comments, though, at the same time, let me just hit on them real quick because I'm a little confused about that. I don't care. I still think the situation wasn't that deep. Candy made it that deep. Are we watching the same? She's bothered. She wanted to keep Phaedra away from Bravo, but the truth is, the fans love her. Okay, the fans can still love Phaedra. That's fine. But the ones that know. And we are good with Candy existing in her space, and we're going to have to be good, obviously, with seeing Phaedra in a different space. I never really understand, not even as it pertains so much to Candy, but just in a general sense, I never really understood why it was always so much Phaedra. Obviously, I got it with Nene. Obviously, I understand why not everybody, but why she has the following that she does. I understand that she made so much shockwaves when she came onto the show. She's an OG. She has some of the best one-liners and the best reads of them all. So I understand why we go up for her. However, Phaedra, I mean, the first 2 letters of her name say it all to me, y'all. Phaedra, phony Phaedra. That's what she really kind of gave, especially with this whole dissolution of her and Candy's friendship. So again, I don't really, I hope that we'll stop getting this question so much now that we see Phaedra on another show. Hopefully that'll give the ones that have been salivating for her presence on their TV screens, maybe that'll give them maybe that'll curb their hunger for once. Maybe they'll get their fix finally. But as far as asking Candy continuously what she thinks about Phaedra, let the woman live, is what I say. Let her live. Candy does not care about that woman. We should, if she has let it go, we should let it go too. And if she could let that go, then yeah, we definitely should let it go, because what she did to her, I don't care what you say. I don't care about these people in these comments talking about whatever they talking about. She did her dirty, and I would not see it for a person that did me dirty like that either, period. Next. Let's go back over to Potomac. Why don't we?
We yes, but it's not the same with the green eye bandage, y'all. It's not the good night.
Bye bye. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Give them a good pageant wave and dip. Because you had to comfort them a little bit on Twitter the other day, because they were talking about you on your podcast. A lot of people feel like they're so open talking about other people's drama, but when it's theirs, it's...
I mean, shout out to the Two Broke Girls podcast. I'm really proud of y'all. It's real cute. But my thing is, so this is my thing, just my professor hat.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Wendy, 4 degrees.
We shot a whole season. Where was the energy during the season? Why are we hiding behind a paywall
consistently
to do this?
Consistently.
We don't talk about them. I haven't tweeted. Have you?
I don't tweet about
so
them.
why? What's going on? Like it's giving decoy. It's giving distraction. Smoke and mirrors.
So it's gonna be a moment.
We be, you know, I know.
Yes, but it's not the same with the green eye band.
Okay, y'all. So as you see, Candace calls Giselle and Robin broke for talking about her on their podcast. Wendy also questions why they always throw shade after filming. Why are we hiding behind a paywall? It's giving decoy and distraction. How do we feel about that? So, as far as broke, okay. Candace calls them broke about talking on her podcast. I don't know if them talking about her necessarily, I don't really see how the two things are interrelated necessarily, like directly. But she told no lies, at least definitely as it pertains to Robin. And I've always been kind of questionable as far as Giselle and how she makes her money and stuff. I feel like she seems to be the one bearing the brunt of all of the children's expenses and stuff like that. I don't know. Again, y'all, this is just me speculation. This is all alleged. This is all my own opinions. This is not me saying that this is fact. However, this is my platform, and I am going to say how I feel. And how I feel is that we have seen Robin come up on this show season 1, day 1, broke. We've seen it. We know what happened to their money and all of that. And I say her and Juan's, they messed each other's bags up. They messed up their bag. They talk about foreclosures, and, you know, she just got back financially stable within the last handful of years, obviously. So there's no, are we really about to sit here and try to question and try to act like we don't know that about Robin? And birds of a feather flock together in this situation, as if you want to ask me. I feel like, yes, it is giving broke. It's giving dried up. It's giving, we ain't got nothing else to talk about. It is giving distraction and decoy, like Candace said. It's giving, okay, let's turn everybody's attention to what everybody else got going on in their marriages and in their households and in their lives. Let's just, it's actually scratch that. She should have also said it's giving freeloader, because I find it completely unfair that this is a job after all. All these ladies are coworkers at the end of the day. And if I'm sitting here and we're supposed to be an ensemble cast, and I'm sitting here carrying the whole team, carrying the whole show on my back with my own storylines and my own real life drama, then you should be given that same amount of effort. And we never get that with Robin. We never get that with Giselle. They're always quick to, again, play the decoy and try to distract us from what's really going on in their lives. And if you guys don't believe me, then go back and watch last season. We saw what happened upon concluding last season. We saw what happened when Robin took her ASS up onto Watch What Happens Live to speak on something that was really actually the salacious tea that we have been salivating for all season. And like Wendy said, she then tried to put it behind a paywall, giving us what we wanted to hear all season. But instead, they served us everybody else's BS on a platter. That's not cool, and I don't want to see it tonight. I will be live tweeting y'all, so please make sure that you are subscribed or follow me on Twitter. But again, nothing that these two ladies said was false in my eyes. Now, I know Candace, of all people, calling Giselle broke when she is clearly struggling financially and musically. Candace, girl, you broke. Are we watching the same show? I would love to be a trust fund baby. Y'all get mad at people because their parents set them up amazing for the future. And do we want generational wealth or not? Because when y'all see a Black woman who clearly comes from it, it's a problem. Thank you. Thank you, A.JXNN, because every single time, and I'm not even gonna lie, sometimes I even had to maybe kind of sort of check myself a little bit as it pertained to this, because that's wild to me that everybody screams generational wealth and creating things, setting things up for their children and setting them up on the best path that they can possibly provide. But when it's done, and we're like the only demographic, I feel like, that really does this for real. Like, we can't be happy for one another when we see this. And it's glaringly apparent when we look at Candace. How many times have we read and saw people shading her on the cast and on social media and everywhere else because she comes from a well-established family, or her mom at least. We know that she did very well for herself, and she is able to provide a certain type of lifestyle and give her children certain assets. Like, why is that such a bad thing? It's really not. But it's okay when someone who may not look like us does it. I don't get behind that. So I don't care that she's calling them distractions and decoys. DGAF. I don't care at all. Moving on.
So I'm waiting for Karen to out it. No, honey, you outed. That's your life. But let's be clear. We worked through it. There is great conversation between Robin and I. We bantered back and forth. And the only person on this platform that makes no fucking sense is Robin Dixon.
Okay. You all know that she's obsessed with me, y'all. She is extremely obsessed with me, and you will see it in season 8. The obsession is actually pretty scary.
Robin, we were actually going to ask this a little bit later, but I want to give you the opportunity to respond. I think from the audience's reaction to what Karen had to say, a lot of people wonder how you will be this season. You know, coming into this season, you know, there was some information that was withheld. Will that be addressed as we move into this season? And do you regret not sharing those things? And will you be more forthcoming in season 8?
So, first of all, Karen, I don't know why you're shaking your head, because you know that I address everything.
No, I didn't think you would answer the question, honestly. She does address it in her way. You just have to speak her language.
No, what are you talking? You sound crazy. You're just saying stuff just to be saying.
Robin,
stuff.
I'm not.
I have no problem addressing issues that were going on.
I do want to give Robin the opportunity to address this.
So first of all, yes, we talk about the issues that are taking place during the season at that time. I have no problem addressing what's going on in my life. Now, when you say, why didn't I address it before? Well, season 7, that was not something that was going on in my life at that time. It was not relevant to my life. So I did not feel the need to walk in front of a camera.
Oh, come on, y'all. Come on. Robin, you wanted Robin to explain. You wanted her to answer. She's answering the question.
I'm answering the question. When my husband and I dealt with an issue 5 months prior to filming season 7, why would I walk into season 7 holding on to an issue that was no longer relevant to our relationship? It was not a problem. It was not an issue. My husband is not going to be thrown under the bus for a storyline that is not actually an issue at that moment. So I'm not going to.
But we'll throw other husbands under the bus for storyline. Every season they will roast the husband.
I'm not going to come up
at the camera and take it moment.
Not to. Let's talk about the past. That's not relevant anymore.
I find that interesting. Everything Ray and I do is under a microscope, you know, and even if it's not under a microscope, they throw it under a microscope. And your math is really adding up here.
Parent, you still will not admit to all of the things that we have presented to you. You continue to walk in front of cameras and talk about your perfect institution. When we talk about stuff and you act like people are lying, and everyone on this stage knows that not one lie has ever been told about your.
Let's be very clear. Lies have been told, right? And I really need. We are standing. My husband is not out there signing receipts in hotels.
Just a little bit.
Explain the movement. Explain the movement. Let me be clear.
Let's
now, on that note, I am happy that Robin and Juan are in a good place. Let's be clear. But don't ring the bulls.
Okay, well that's good. We'll leave it on that.
Come on, so.
Whew. Y'all, I love that. I love that because somebody got to say what we all been thinking. And that is exactly everything that Karen just said. You can't sit here and basically what you're telling me is that Juan Dixon, aka your husband that we never even thought was going to be your husband again, but somehow, wow, you guys finally went ahead and did it. That's crazy. Like, that's so weird referring to him as her actual husband. Like, they legally are married again. Wow. Okay. Anyway, you sit up here and don't want to bring something up because it, quote unquote, has nothing to do with your current life. Okay, well, if that's the case, then why didn't you bring up in season 6 then? If that was the case, then why didn't you bring up when it was actually happening? If that was the case, when questioned about things and when put on the spot about stuff, why don't you say nothing then? You try to downplay your own stuff, but when it has to do with somebody else in their marriage, it's all fair game to put it on the table. Robin, you are one of two plus people on this cast that goes after everybody else's, once again, business and stuff because you don't want to really get on here and do what you're supposed to do, which is give us your real life. You know how infuriating that is? You know how mad I would be if I was them? Like, what are you playing at? That's like throwing the game, basically. You're literally throwing the game here. That's not fair. And I'm so glad that somebody called you on it. And I'm so glad, as you guys could hear in the audience, that people have been noticing it as well. I mean, you couldn't tell me I was crazy. I've been known. Like, you could never tell me that I wasn't accurate with my interpretation of Ms. Robin Dixon and her other green-eyed friend. You couldn't tell me I was wrong. Like, I would be booing her too. And just like Karen said, the only person up there that doesn't make sense is Robin Dixon. And that's why I'm actually glad that she picked the tagline that she picked, because everything that this lady does shows that she doesn't care about her life or what's going on with it. She's going to accept scraps and she's going to accept somebody effing her over every chance they get, and the whole world can see it. But when we speak on it, when somebody speaks on it, that person is just so bad. But you can come out your mouth and go after everybody. And when I mean everybody, I mean just about everybody. And I say just about everybody because, Mia, they're going to come for you next. They're going to come for you next. Unless you hurry up and get divorced in the next 5 seconds, they're probably going to come for you next. Because, look, came for Karen and Ray, Ashley, Monique, Candace, who else? They came for everybody up there. So is it so foreign to think that this is only being done because you don't want to talk about what's really going on and your shambles over there? And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the allegations and a lot of the things that you brought up, Robin, didn't happen on our screens or during the previous seasons. But you brought it up. You took the time out to bring it up once those cameras got to rolling. So what makes you so different? Anyway, what else? What else we got? I hope y'all can't hear my stomach. I'm so hungry. Okay, we did this one. We did this one. Speaking of Mia.
It's been lit for you right now. G tried to air out y'all business and stuff. How is that with y'all divorce? I tried. He did. Basically insinuated she was like a gold digger. How did that make you feel?
I wasn't offended by that at all. Yeah, you know.
She ain't gonna deal with no broke nigga.
Okay. Period. So where are you guys now with y'all relationship?
We are managing and we are co-parenting and we are really trying to just maintain and be friends and really do what's best for our babies.
But the romantic is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some tea right there. It's been lit for you right now. G tried to air out y'all business and stuff. How is that with y'all divorce?
So there you have it, folks. Mia doesn't really care that G. She doesn't really care that G told us what was going on and how their marriage was on the rocks. Yeah. Didn't really care about that. And I'm not surprised. And I think a lot of people who kind of share the same mindset and the same outlook on the situation probably weren't surprised either. These people had even if it wasn't a formal arrangement, they both knew what it was when they entered this. I don't care. You can't tell me one is more wrong than the other, or I can't point my finger at this one and not point my finger at that other one. Clearly, she knew what she was seeking in him, and he knew what he was seeking in her. So with that being said, if he can no longer hold up his end of the bargain, then of course she's gonna leave. And I'm not saying this, y'all, because do not sit here and think that this is how I lead my life or if I think it's right or wrong, or whatever. I'm just calling it a spade a spade. In this situation, he got up there to address stuff, but it's just like, Okay, like clearly, I just think that this is one of those it's between y'all things. And again, it's only because clearly y'all both knew what was up when you guys got into this. So she says they're just focusing on co-parenting and all that. I mean, I guess we'll see. Or probably not, because didn't this happen after the season wrapped? This news, I guess. So and Sharice confirmed it by saying she ain't going to deal with no broke. So again, she's not offended by being called a gold digger because she knew what she was seeking when she got in it, and so did he. Clearly. Are we surprised, y'all? Because I'm not. And she's gonna be on to the next person probably, and so on and so forth. I mean, if she don't care, I don't care either. I don't really feel like getting back into this whole Keith Lee restaurant thing because Andy did make another. She was asked a question and she said what she said about it. I don't really feel like going back into the. I will though go into this. I will go into this.
You know, season come on this weekend. Actually, the trailer, the new girl, she was coming for you, and y'all both Nigerian. I thought we were supposed to be a community.
I was excited. I was like, we're going to get a fellow Niger sister, you know, as the first Nigerian housewife in Bravo TV history. I was like, come on, let's leave that door open for more. But people have other plans, baby. Not everybody that is your sister is your sister.
Whoa.
That's a word.
My God. You know, y'all season come on this weekend. Actually, the trailer.
Y'all, we know that they will be joined by a new cast member, Nika. I don't know how to say it by tonight, y'all. She is also Nigerian, and just like Wendy said, I would be thinking the same thing. Just kind of not even from just you one person being Nigerian or anything like that, but just us as Black people. A lot of times when there's fewer of us in certain spaces, we look to each other to be like, you know, like, hey, what's up? You know, like, you know, we kind of corral amongst each other naturally a lot of times because it's familiar. We think that we will be understood and received well by someone that looks like us or comes from the same descent as us. So I'm just like, I'll be the same way Wendy is. Clearly, and I said again that we would see a lot into how the system this season is going to develop, and we're going to see a lot by watching just these little clips here from BravoCon. Clearly, we can already tell that these two are not going to be the best of friends by the end of the day, by the end of the season. And I think we've already kind of been getting tidbits of that, but this was kind of further confirmation. We kind of been getting, you know, a little inkling, if you will, that these two were not going to be besties based off of the way that these women appear on social media. I can go on probably like Giselle, Mia, Karen, Wendy. I can go on any of these women's Instagram pages right now, and we can clearly see the divide. And I honestly don't like that, and I'm not looking forward to that, because I like when the whole everyone can get together and it could be that, you know, that fun, lighthearted shade. We love that. But this past, if you guys have been watching for the past 7 going on 8 seasons now, you will know that not everybody up there plays at the same game. Not everybody up there plays that whole, let's just keep it low, lighthearted and fun. and shade each other and kiki, but still at the end of the day, we know that we have an understanding. Not everybody plays like that. So I guess old girl is just gonna get in where she fits in, and that was amongst the green-eyed bandits in them until they're done using her for what they as a pawn. Because we know that they will use you if you allow them to. It's all cool as long as you go by their rules. But once you don't, then you got to get over there with Karen, Candace, and Wendy in them. Because that's literally what I've been seeing, y'all. And I know you've seen it too. It's been Candace, Karen, Wendy over here. Then it's been Giselle, Robin, Mia, Ashley, Sharice, New Girl on this side. I'm just, at this point, I'm just ready to meet her. I want to see what she gives. I want to see how this whole non-besties relationship started. I want to see where it came from. So let me check. Okay. Also, oh, right here. I will not be playing this, but we can listen to the audio. Oliver Twixt was also in attendance, and I thought this was just a funny, cute little clip. So I want to say this is the last one that we'll be ending with.
Uh-oh. Hi, my name is Oliver Twixt. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I have a two-part question.
Didn't I just say I'm not gonna? One second, y'all. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna just play the audio from this one. Just play the audio for this one. 1 second.
Uh-oh. Hi, my name is Oliver Twixt. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I have a two-part question. Dr. Heavenly, if I'm pregnant with a vagina in Atlanta, do I go to Dr. Simone or Dr. Jackie? And Dr. Jackie, if I need some dental work, do I go to Dr. Heavenly or the new cast member, Dr. Alicia?
For me, I think they're both great doctors. However, Dr. Jackie's seen my vagina so many times. I just, you know what I mean? I would just have the, you know, she's seen my daughter's vagina, everybody's vagina, and she knows me so well inside and out. I would still go to Jackie. I'm sorry.
And it's easy for me. I would easily say Dr. Heavenly because I don't know a lot about Dr. Alicia because you'll learn a little bit more about her dental practice once you watch the season.
Thank you so much.
That's not reassuring. Thank you so much.
So y'all get that. Get that. Okay. Whew. Okay. Actually, before we even talk about that, let's do this. Okay, now that that's out the way, back to what we're talking about, which is shout outs to Oliver Twixt. That was a funny question, but it revealed something more so at the end. I wasn't surprised with Dr. Heavenly's answer. Of course, we know she's going to always ride for Dr. Jackie no matter what. So I wasn't surprised at that. And I don't think anybody else was. That was fun. That was funny. She answered it in a very Dr. Heavenly way. So that's what it was. But Dr. Jackie and her answer, would she go to Dr. Heavenly or the new dentist? and she said, did you not catch that like little bit? I mean, it was a bit, shady for a Dr. Jackie response. We know Dr. Jackie tries to kind of stay above reproach for the most part, except for I think the last time we really saw her down getting into it for real, and having a not so favorable exchange was the whole Buffy thing a couple seasons ago. But clearly Dr. Jackie and the new dentist did not get off to the best start possibly. That's what. Oh, sorry, y'all. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Old intro. I mean, am I mistaken? Did you guys pick that up too? Like, come on now. I know you guys had to pick up on that. Clearly, there's something there, because I still feel like even if they did kind of hit it off, I still think that Dr. Jackie would still pick Dr. Heavenly, of course. But I don't think that she would have said it with that underlying message, that underlying, I don't see it for her, I think she would have said it differently, more mild. But again, shout out to Oliver Twix. That was a good question. If I didn't already say before, most if not all, I think, except for the Andy Cohen one and the Karen of Shading Giselle one, that was on behalf of DVDs and Hollywood Unlocked. Everything else was taken from the Neighborhood Talk. So shout out to them for keeping us abreast to what has been going on down at the BravoCon. Like I said in the beginning, y'all, I will be in attendance next year. I will. I'm speaking into existence right now. I'm pretty sure I probably won't be in Vegas, which kind of is very annoying. It's usually hosted at, I want to say, the Jacob Javits Center in New York, which is fine. I'll just have to factor in another trip home at some point next year if they have it back in New York. I hope they do. I hope it's in one of those two places. Don't let it be nowhere like Atlanta or freaking Seattle. Like, I don't know. Like, don't let it be anywhere that's not in my usual route of travel, path of travel, I should say. And that's no shade to either of those places. I'm just saying, I know for a fact I'm not just going to randomly wind up in either of those places probably. So please just have it. Please just have it in New York, because I could just go home and stay for a couple of days and then go, and then I might not even have to pay for a hotel. Well, I probably depends on how many days I go. Anyway, we can get all the logistics figured out at a later time. But I want to say, yeah, y'all, that was all I wanted to come to you guys with. Again, this is just kind of little to get the energy flowing and get us kind of pumped up for this evening. I will be back tomorrow morning. I'm going to actually post that right now when I'm going to come back to you guys with my live recap review for both Married to Medicine, and then I would do one for The Real Housewives of Potomac as well. And I will be on camera for those, y'all. Y'all don't even want to know what I look like right now. I've been typing all day, and I'm literally getting this to you guys barely like by the skin of my teeth here, because I wanted to have it posted before the new season's premiere this evening and on East Coast time. So right now it's about 6:16 East Coast time. So by the time I get this up, I should be good, and you should be able to watch all this, and it'll lead right into the premieres for both seasons. Well, it'll be Potomac first, and then it'll be Married to Medicine. But I'm excited, y'all. Again, let me know in the comments how you felt about everything I said, what you guys felt about all these little nuggets of information and shade we received down at BravoCon. Please make sure you are checking the description box. Please make sure you have your notification bell on so you know every time I upload. I will be out of town this week, so there will not be a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City new episode or new Coastal Critiques panel review on Wednesday. We're going to be doubling up next week. So I do apologize, but you know, we always give it to you, especially when we missed a week. So just be on the lookout for that. I still will do a pre-recorded video for my good news only. So be on the lookout this week for that. And yeah, you guys, that's really everything I want to say. So again, if you haven't liked the video already, make sure you like it on your way out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.